With me is Mr. Phil Gawne, Minister for the Environment, Agriculture, Food, the whole lot, environment. Flooding, this has been your sort of mostly in your area, and it's been pretty bad. I've missed most of it, but we've got these shots of Castletown and the local MHK there. Mr. Ronan's been very, clear that he doesn't want all the bills to fall onto him and for Castletown ratepayers, for instance. It's a government issue. Do you accept that?
Well, clearly it's a government issue in that we as a government need to be working to tackle the problem. And we need to deal with the problem we've already got, which is a sea level which is higher than it was maybe 20, 30 years ago. We know that the climate is more erratic or weather systems are more erratic compared with what they were. Storms appear to be more powerful. We've got 21 days of gales and the like, which we've just gone through. So we know all this is happening. So that's already happening. So we need to plan for that. But added to which, certainly in my role as Environment Minister, we know that the figures now, I've been misquoting these figures. I've been saying only 97% of climate scientists believe that the climate change is man-made. Apparently the figure, somebody's done a trawl recently, some eminent person, I can provide the link, has done a trawl of something like 26,000 scientific papers, of which 0.15% challenged the idea that there was some kind of man-made element to climate change, and the other 99.85% say man-made climate change is real and we need to be worried about it. So we do need to be worried about it. We know that at the best we can hope for a 4-inch rise in the tide over the next 80 years. Now that doesn't sound like an awful lot, but 4 inches will make quite a big difference. At worst, it could be 2.5 foot.
Well, let's show this graph. This is, your guys have come up with this.
Of course,
it's ever going up. There's no end to it.
Well, absolutely. So we know that's what most, the vast majority of scientists believe is going to happen. So we've got a problem already, which we need to do more to tackle, but we also need to be planning for the future and how are we going to tackle climate change. And even if you are still in that 0.15% that believes the man in the pub, that this has got, it's all some natural cycle, even if you are in that percentage, the belief is still there that climate change is happening, even if it's not man-made. So we do need to be aware of this.
Got some shots here of Guernsey, took them just the other day. It's looked like a battlefield for years, and just to keep the sea back, it's a never-ending task surely now. This is costing you a lot more money than anyone would probably thought about years ago. Likewise, you got Mr. Cannon with the West Coast, which clearly, as nature will take its course at some point. I don't think anyone's under any thoughts that can be kept back completely, because it's such a large area. Your thoughts?
Well, certainly, I'm going to be meeting Alf Cannon early next week. We're going to discuss what can be done, but in essence you would need something like the Great Wall of China built along the whole of the northern coast of the island to protect it, because the problem is if you do a bit of defence, you can then cause an even bigger problem where you don't do any defence. So it's really getting the balance right. I'm hopeful that we can come up with some sort of a plan, but there is a degree of inevitability that the coast will continue to decline in the northwest, because the scale of defences required to protect it properly is absolutely massive. It would be wrong to give false hope, but maybe there are some things that we can do that might just slow things down a bit.
And back to Guernsey, because there is one particular area which seems that you're going to try and hold on to, because it's clearly an important road as well, nothing else. Yeah. And to those people who are living down there, what can you say to them?
Well, I think that when you look at the devastation that was caused down there in 2002, and it was really quite severe. The vast chunks of road had been washed away and everything. The sea defence has held up remarkably well this time. So we do have to be aware that sea level rises are going to continue to happen. We do have to be aware that there are going to be stronger storm systems coming in on a more frequent basis. But I think actually Guernsey gives us a fairly positive message that if you actually build good, solid, sound defences, you can actually slow the rate of erosion of the coast.